Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. Before we get into it, I just want to let you all know that today's episode is sponsored by Preparental H. Now, look, we all know about all-in-one shampoo and conditioner, but now you can save even more money, even more time, and even more space in your bathroom cabinet with Preparental H's patented all-in-one toothpaste and hemorrhoid cream solution.
Now, guys, here's the exciting thing. Each package comes with one reusable applicator nozzle to ensure proper coverage that leaves you minty fresh from top to bottom and from bottom to top.
Use code SWAB&SWIPE for 10% off at PreparentalH.com. That's Preparental H. Do you smell that?
No, but I can certainly taste it. Hi, I'm Augie Bello.
And I'm Scotty Madonia.
And welcome to Wasted Potential, the podcast that finds out that thing about that person that you really love for that one thing, but they also do something else that maybe you don't know about.
Our guest today is a singer and bassist who you may know from his appearances on American Idol and his work with Postmodern Jukebox.
Him and I have a song coming out tomorrow, February 25th, which features a very, very, very talented dryer called Spin Me Round. Now presenting Casey Abrams.
Casey, how you doing?
I'm great. Oh, wait, is that part of it now? Is this the...
Are we starting? I think we're starting.
Are we starting? Is this the start?
Yeah, how you
This is
doing?
the start.
Where are you coming to us from?
I'm from LA, and that's where I am right now. Yeah, I'm in this place called Valley Village. It's really close to like Studio City. It's in a really nice part of LA.
Nice.
Awesome.
Are you a fan of LA? Because I have a couple friends who lived in LA, and they're like, it's really great, but they say that it's shittier than you imagine, is what how people have described LA.
They're in the wrong places, I think. That's really what it is. And it's not for a lot of people. I had some friends that are now living in really wide open spaces. Like I had this dude that was he lived here, but it was like kind of in downtown, but now he lives in Colorado, and he's got a big happy family, and he's got like acres and acres. So that's good. And he's raising a family and still doing music, but it's good to be right in the heart of things, and I'm like 5-10 minutes away from some like my favorite studios and some of my favorite friends. So it's perfect. And hiking, I just went for a hike the other day,
Awesome.
Fryman Canyon, and just walked there and back within like 2 hours. LA's dope.
That's the one thing I'd say like that I miss about living in New York City is that basically you're just stuck in a city. Like unless you want to get on a train and go for 2.5 hours or 2 hours out to like Long Island where you're from, basically we're stuck just in the concrete, which is annoying because like Central Park is like it's nature, but it's not really.
No, yeah, it's kind of just a cop out,
Yeah, it's fake shit.
But the other thing is like for New York, like I love being able to go outside and there's like everything instantly, like right at my fingertips. But
that is nice.
Every month or so, I'm like, I need to get out of here. Like I need to see like an actual like horse or something, Like I'm just looking at like these horses that like people ride around Central Park.
Oh, like the cop horses?
Sure, the cop horses, but you see what I'm saying? The cop horse. There's the guys who ride those chariots,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to see those horses. I want to see like a horse in a field,
Casey, do you have much experience?
Yeah, you want to see a horse that's allowed to take a shit that's not
exactly.
in a bag,
that
right?
doesn't sit right behind it,
Right.
Do you have a lot of experience coming to New York? Have you been here a lot?
A lot, yeah. There was a time where I wanted to live there. And there was a time I think I tried out for School of Rock, the musical, and I was like just gearing up to maybe be in New York for like 3 months. I didn't get the role, but man, that was a fun experience. But yeah, I every time I go to New York, I feel like I go to like New York 4 or 5 times a year, and it's yeah. So I'm probably there a month every year, and it's good vibes every time I go. Good people, and I always have a band there. I have some really good players that I met through the band I play with, Postmodern Jukebox. And they're like so jazzy, and they know my stuff, and they're just really good at what they do. And that's what New York is filled with. That's what I love about it. Just people who love to play, jam, and just are really interested in what they do for art and a living.
Yep.
For a minute, I thought you were going to say you wanted to move to New York, and then you came here, and then you changed your mind. That's what I was expecting you to say. Like, I really wanted to go there, and then I went there, and then I decided no, which is honest. A lot of people have that experience.
Yeah.
Wait,
I don't know if I could. Again, if there's something crazy cool happening there and they put me up, I definitely take it. But yeah, it's. I would have to get used to the subway. I definitely love having a car here in LA.
That's the biggest thing that I miss. Like growing up in Long Island, I loved, just jumping in my car, driving to a beach, and just seeing some nature. Some real horses doing horse things.
I just love those horses, man.
I just really miss, seeing a good horse.
There's one thing about New York City is that there's no goddamn horses.
There's no horse. I mean, there's horses, but it's like, they're not, authentic horses, which is upsetting for me. But should we start with some news headlines, you think?
Yeah, Casey, we have this thing that we're trying to do. Yeah. And we don't know if it'll make it to the next episode because it might be awful, honestly, because we're not comedy writers.
No.
But like every pair of friends, we think we're funny. And are wrong about it.
Every horse enthusiast.
Exactly. So we're going to read you some headlines. And what we want you to do is rate these, each one from 0 to 5. Is that a good scale?
And you wait, really quick. You want me to rate the news or the way that you tell the joke about the news?
Yes, you're rating the joke about the news is more. Yeah. So, Augie, you want to go ahead?
Should I start? I feel like mine's messed up. All right. If it's really terrible, we'll probably just cut it from the podcast.
If it's terrible, I'll say 0.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then we'll just edit your voice to say 10. Meta has announced that they're establishing a 4-foot digital barrier to deter players from groping in virtual reality.
What a great start.
I know, right? Sales of the stock have skyrocketed within the foot fetish community, with the leader, Fungi Filator, stating he is very excited to see 4 feet on one woman in the meta world.
That's I'll give that a right down the center. That was a good 3. I like that.
Okay,
one.
Sure.
It made me smile.
I like that one. I think it can be condensed a little bit.
Yeah, the 4-foot barrier, 4 feet.
Yeah.
We get it. Yeah. Just
4.
Short, it could have been half the length.
Yeah.
I think it
I don't think I needed to mention his name, probably.
No, but it's good.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So this next one, by the way,
Oh, God, you're going for that one now?
We're just going. No. Should I not?
Okay. Yeah. No. Sure. Go for it. We'll cut it out.
Casey, this one, you might just give us a heads up. Just be like, I cannot be attached to this, and we will cut it out.
We'll cut it out.
All right.
It was announced that
You spin me round. What you want can be found.
Oh, God. That's terrible. That's beyond awful.
That one I might have.
I probably wouldn't want you to. That's true. I mean, it's a 5 in my funny but in my
get rid of that.
Public,
Here's what we'll do.
Publicity meter.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to put just sound over it, so we'll get the rating.
And then you'll say a 5.
And then no one will know what it is. We'll have that entire
I like that.
that entire section.
Bleep it, and let me tell you that I don't condone it. But
Casey
it's 5.
Yeah, doesn't condone, but thinks it's funny, but no one will know what it is. Okay, so what's your next one?
Sure. I think I have one more because I didn't really write much this week. A mafia fugitive of 20 years was found on Google Street View. 3 weeks later, Google Street View was found at the bottom of a lake, unresponsive.
That's a really good one.
That's the classic.
I think that's a 5.
Wow.
That's a 5.
That's a 5.
And we can keep that one. I think we can keep.
That's good. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you're Italian.
Yeah.
That's great.
I got the nose to back it up. You can back it up on my nose. Anyway.
Jesus Christ. Okay, you know what? That's enough of that. I think we've had enough.
You don't have one more?
Come on, Scotty. Give us one more.
I have here's the thing. I had one that the only one that I feel like is appropriate is just like
just read it.
You gotta tell it.
It's just boring though.
Let's hear it.
Well, so what, man? Come on, give it to me.
The New York Times reports that Starbucks workers in New York City are seeking to unionize. The effort was going well until they had to throw away the petition because all the names were wrong.
Were spelled wrong?
Like, yeah, like you get the concept, but no. Let's see. This one will get, I can't say this next one.
Hey, man. I thought that was a solid 4 or 5. I'll be honest with you. That was good.
I don't know, Casey. Come on, that was a 2.
Hey man, it was healthy. It was
nice.
I didn't know where it was going, and it made me chuckle.
That's true.
So,
So
yeah. All right, okay. You said you have one more?
No, that's all
no,
I got.
so he got a 2 and a 5,
You got a 5 and a 3?
5 and a 3.
You win by a point.
Ah,
There we go.
it'll be a contest every week.
What was the first time
There we
the
go.
Wasted Potential Comedy Hour? There
Yes.
we go.
So, the name of this podcast is called Wasted Potential. Obviously, you do not in any way have wasted potential in music and
Kiss
providing entertaining content. But
Thanks.
the point of this podcast, at least the first question, is to figure out what is something about you or some skill that you might have had that you didn't fully pursue. So let's say music wasn't that main option. What would be, second to that? What have you pursued?
I'm good at balancing things.
Wow.
Like
Yeah, give us a little.
yeah, here I'll show you. Let's see. I feel like I could have. Well, actually, I sometimes do this with Postmodern Jukebox. I do a little bit of a balancing act, but so yeah. Here's the guitar. Let's see if I can get this.
Oh no.
I gotta back up more. Hold on a second. So this is one finger.
Hey.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey now.
Look at that, right? I can do it with a lot of things too, and I can even do it sometimes with my feet and my mouth.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
There we
Yeah,
go.
man. So I guess that's a good wasted potential.
Yeah, like this. You think you would have done like the circus or something?
Yeah, Cirque du Soleil.
That's
I
a
could've done
no.
that. Yeah, for sure.
Sick.
You're also very good at balancing that Billboard chart on the
Yeah,
wall
look
right
at
there.
that.
Right?
Just happen
Yeah,
to see-
I got that. I had to switch it around for you guys.
Yeah,
Just
well,
to show off.
So could you explain, I guess, both of those plaques you got back there?
Yeah, I used to not be like, I felt like it was bragging, but now I'm down to brag about my past accomplishments.
Hell yeah.
And so these used to be, I just gave them to my parents after I got this, and then they moved, and then I moved into this place, and I was like, yeah, I'll hang it up. So basically, yeah, that was my very first album that I came out with after I was on American Idol.
Awesome.
And so I went to England and recorded this album called Casey Abrams, self-titled.
Of course.
And it got the Billboard Heat Seekers album chart number 1 in, let's see, 2000, July 14th. Does it even say the? I think it's 2012.
Awesome.
But yeah, so that's and that was my CD cover. It was really cool. And then I was on Aubrey Logan's CD. She's a really. Do you know who Aubrey Logan is?
I don't happen to know her.
I don't either. Damn, I feel stupid.
She is a brilliant singer, jazz artist, and she also plays the trombone. So I'm on this album
Awesome.
with David Cause.
Oh,
And,
I love David.
Yeah,
Cos.
so she got number 1 in something Billboard Jazz #1.
That's
really
awesome.
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. I want to get some more. So let's do it with You Spin Me Around.
I'm excited for that.
I think we could do it. You
Yeah.
know what's exciting? So I guess a little backstory. Me and Kate. Well, let's start all the way from the beginning. Some guy had posted a video of his dryer, and he's with this caption, "My dryer is trying to make it into the Billboard Top 100," and it starts with him like in the other room, and all you hear is this like. And you don't really know what's going on, and then he opens the door and you just see this dryer making a perfect like drum loop basically. So I guess Casey, you explain. I guess you found that video, or
Yeah, I had heard. I saw it on TikTok. I mean, TikTok is so fun, man. It's been great. And the best part is that function where you duet things and you don't have to save it and then edit it. You just say, hey, I want to duet it. And then you play along with it and it makes a video.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I did. I heard a bass line to it. So I put a bass line to it, and I wanted to make it as funky as possible, and it felt good. So, and then all of a sudden it just started taking off, and all these big celebrities, including you, started duetting it. And like there was raps and there was pianos, but you had the highest viewed one and the coolest with you took a really sick sax. So you duetted me duetting the Washer.
I got tagged in that a ton of time. Like as soon as you had posted it, I think like that day I was tagged in it like a good 50 times. And I was like, after the first tag, I remember telling my roommate, this is the most I would say to date, making that video where I duetted what you had added to the dryer was my most confident going into a video. My roommate, I remember, because usually I'll like work on a video a long time and be like, like it's pretty good, like I'm happy with it, but I don't see it being something good. I remember telling my roommate before I closed the door to my room to record this video, I said, Martin, I'm going to make a viral video right now. And he's like, okay. And I was like, you'll see. And I posted it, and it did nothing for like 40 minutes. And I was like, damn it. Like with TikTok, it'll just sit there for a little bit, and then it started to take off. But the baseline was so great that like I just wanted to add something. Also, I also wanted to make something squeaky because I felt like
it would match the vibe.
The dryer's very squeaky, so.
And
nice.
My
good
contribution.
call. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Good call with that.
Thank you.
Very squeaky clean. Yeah.
My contribution.
Dude, that's
was that
so
I
funny that
it.
you were that confident about it. Yeah, man, I never know what's gonna go viral or what's not.
That is the only one. Hey, and like I could have been very confident and very wrong. I'm never confident about posting something, or the stuff that I'm the least confident about somehow ends up taking off usually. But this one, I was like, the beat is great. The bass, Casey sounds awesome. I was like, I like will not stop until this is what it should be.
Oh, that was great. And then you hit me up and because you showed me all those comments and it was like, well, should we make this into a thing? And then I was like, yeah, sure, man. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'll get around to it. And I took my sweet time. And then I was like, oh man, I forgot to do it. And then I was like, well, you know what? I'm in New York with my bass. Should I just come over?
Yep.
And then I went up all those stairs, went into your room, and we recorded it. And you had a really great idea for a chorus. And then and it's still stuck in my head. So I think that's good. And the sax solo's in there, the bass line's in there,
awesome.
And now it's coming out. I'm excited, dude. That's a good song.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think it came out well. Man. Spin Me Round, right?
What day is it coming out?
February 25th.
Okay, we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We'll probably put this out in conjunction to kind of
it'll probably come out the same day.
Right? Good idea. Yeah, nice. Dude.
We'll just be pushing everything.
I'd say I'm pretty good at like predicting if things are gonna go viral because I made a bunch of videos and every time I said this isn't gonna get any views and I was right every single time. Literally every time.
Wait, so what's your prediction for this right here? What's this podcast that's going on?
I don't know. If I'm involved, that's a bad sign.
Well, no, just say something positive. If your predictions are right, hit us with something,
Yeah, do something good.
I would say medium well.
Medium. No one likes medium well. Just call it medium rare.
It's not a steak.
I know, but medium well. Like whenever I hear someone order, I don't know. I'm very, very particular about my meat.
I've seen you send shit back.
Okay. Well, there was this one place. Let's be fair. I've sent a burger back. Yes.
I've never sent food back in my entire life. And I never will.
Well, to be fair, neither. I spent $36 on a burger.
That's your fault.
No, because it's supposed to be the best burger ever.
Yeah, and that's the fucking lie.
Where was this burger?
Okay,
believed it.
It's at Minetta Tavern. And you know what? When it was medium rare, it was the best burger I've had.
But you sent it back because it was what?
It was
medium, slightly rare.
No. This was medium well at best. It was $37. It was $37 plus tax and tip. I'm like, come on, guys.
First of all,
it's too much money for a burger.
Yeah,
way too much money. But that's the thing. I'm a big burger guy.
Oh, I love burgers, but you know what? It's I don't know if you saw Seinfeld's last Netflix special. There's not a big difference between sucks and great, dude. Like he says you go to a baseball game and you get a soggy hot dog. It's great every time. Mm-hmm. Then you go to a really fancy restaurant and pay like way too much and it sucks. It's like, you have to wait. It comes out. It's just too busy. Yeah. So I understand.
It's all
It's like
perspective.
sometimes it's to quote Cars, you got to go left to go right, man.
You're right.
So sometimes you got to go to the shitty bars and get the best burger you've ever had. There's this place called the Thirsty Merchant right down the street from me. And I walk there and it's I guess it's a dive bar, but man, it's got the best chicken tenders I've ever had, cheap. It's great.
That's great.
So
How much?
but yeah, we learn our lessons with all that stuff.
That's true.
And medium rare, man. I don't know if I could do that. I'm a medium well guy.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
look,
I'm like medium. I'd say I'm like medium or medium well. But
What?
with a
Who am I
burger, not
with
with a
right
steak,
now?
not with a steak. But like a burger. I don't know.
No, I get it. Listen, eating a burger like that, I understand more because you can cook a steak medium rare because the top layer is usually what grows any type of bacteria, and when you make chopped meat,
It
you
all goes
ground
in.
it all together. So now,
Well, it's not a paranoia thing. I kind of like it. Like
no, but
medium.
yeah, I got you. No, it makes sense. It's
And
okay.
also, I'm not stupid enough to pay $36.99.
Listen,
for
I had
a
a very good gig, and cheeseburgers are like within the top 3 foods that I eat, so I had to
Okay.
do it.
Well,
What? So I get my cheeseburgers, meat, cheese, bun, and I say that every time. Are you similar, or do you have things on it?
Yeah, I'm for the most part meat, cheese, bun.
I put everything.
But I'm happy putting some caramelized onions on it. If they have,
I've never tried it, so I'll try it.
It's good. It's good.
Okay, Casey,
Nice.
at the risk of us just going off on
Long
him
tangents.
being picky and sending his food back, I wanted to go back because we covered some modern career stuff, and I think we'll talk more about the song that's coming out.
Yeah.
But I want to go back. So you're from Texas originally, right?
I was born there. Yeah, good research. Yeah.
And then Chicago after that. When did you move to Chicago?
Wow, nice, dude. I feel like I'm on Hot Ones or Nardwar or something.
Nardwar.
Yeah. When I was in 4th grade, I moved to Chicago, and that was actually no. When I was 4 years old, I moved to Chicago, and then I was in 1st grade in Chicago, and that's when I started learning the recorder. And then from then I started learning the clarinet and the piano there, and then after that, I think around at 5th grade, I moved to Idlewild, California, which is 2 hours east of LA. And then that's where the bass came into. So so it was Austin, Texas, then Chicago, Illinois, and then California boy for life now.
What got you into the recorder?
They forced us to do it.
Yeah.
That was like the school curriculum. You had PE and you had music class and art class. And music class, they gave everyone a recorder, and you had to play hot cross buns.
Scotty was homeschooled,
I was.
so you
homeschooled.
missed out on that. Like I think like most like elementary.
That's why I'm
schools,
socially inept.
the recorder would have helped all of your problems. No,
Exactly.
but I remember the recorder. You said recorder, clarinet, piano, and then bass.
I guess it was recorder, and then I started taking piano lessons because I started learning the Pokemon theme
Awesome.
on piano. We had a piano at my house.
Uh-huh.
And so I started taking piano lessons. And then when I moved to Idlewild, then I started taking simultaneously, dude, I was taking piano lessons, picked up the clarinet because it kind of reminded me of the recorder.
Yeah.
And then my piano teacher had a bass just lying on the ground, an upright bass. And I just plucked it and I was like, whoa, what is that? And she played it in her spare time. So then I wasn't ready though. I got an electric bass, started learning Queen songs, like Another One Bites the Dust.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
That's like, that was, yeah. And then the upright bass came when I went to Idlewild Arts and started learning from my jazz teacher, this dude named Marshall Hawkins, who played with Miles Davis and Herbie Hancock and Shirley Horn and everyone. And he's just this really cool jazz teacher that even taught me piano too.
Wow.
And now I can like find, notes, and I know what like dominant 7 chords and sharp 9s are because of him. So
And
Yeah,
what
it's fun. Music's fun, man.
It is.
what point did that go
Scotty,
from?
are you a musician?
Yeah, I'm a drummer. I went to that's how I met Augie's. We met in like third year of college, something like, well, my third year, your
My senior year.
something like that, right before your senior year.
Oh yeah, no, my third year, your second year.
Yeah, beginning of
And
okay,
is this
yeah,
a school podcast or what is or are you
Yeah.
out of school?
yeah.
We're
We
both
are all
out
out
of
of
school,
school. And this I'm going to
Okay.
censor out in case the new school is listening, but I'm still using their Zoom. So if
Yeah.
you notice, it
I
is
thought
a
I saw
new school
I thought I saw
Zoom.
new school is
Yeah.
contacting you on Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because they gave us Zoom,
Forever
and I
Zoom.
just kind of never logged out.
Yeah. So it
And
works.
so I don't know. Maybe I'll get a flag from them after
Yeah.
this. But yeah, we met in school, and I'm a drummer. And
Scotty's a really, really great drummer, and it annoys me because Scotty doesn't play much drums anymore.
I'm going into more entertainment. I work at in television now, so I'm like that's kind of my main jam. I don't know. But wait, so
Five.
Exactly. But wait, so when did it go from like you're playing bass and you're learning all this, and it's like when did it go from I just really like doing this to I'm gonna make this, like I'm gonna make money from this. This is gonna be my career.
I think it was always the case. It was always the case. As soon as I played that recorder, and I was inspired. There was other kids that not only were playing recorder, but they were playing guitar and flute and drums as well in the school. And I was like, I kind of want to be like that. So that's when I started learning piano, and I was hearing harmonies. I remember my mom would play like Beach Boys and Beatles, and I would just hear like where I would be harmonizing. I was like, dude, my ears just gravitate, and it makes me happy. So yeah, ever since I was a little kid, man. But it's funny because I've just been kind of just very blessed, man, because I've just been falling into just having it as a career,
Yeah.
and being able to support myself and just do music for my life. And it's been great. But yeah, I knew it. It's I can't do anything else. I'll entertaining. I like entertaining, but music's the main focus for sure.
Of course.
Was your family supportive of it the whole time?
Very, yeah. My dad plays guitar, my mom plays piano, and my mom's a good singer too. And they would buy me instruments. My mom, got that piano, like an electric piano. My dad got me a ukulele, a baritone ukulele, and I was just like jamming on it. So yeah, they're still to this day very supportive.
Great.
Gotcha.
So we know that you had gone to the University of Colorado at Boulder.
Yeah.
Now, during your time, and of course you went to that school for music performance, or what was your main focus, the bass at that point?
Yeah, it was jazz bass.
Jazz
yeah.
bass. And I would assume that during that time frame was when you had auditioned for American Idol?
I was gearing up during that time.
Okay.
I remember I wanted to do it the year before, but I just missed the mark. So then I moved to Colorado. To be honest, the school was a great school, but for the music, it was just hard because I felt like I wanted it to be LA and I wanted it to be New York with the jazz scene, but it was Colorado where there's beautiful mountains, but that's mostly what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was, I needed something new. So I started like practicing for my audition during that time.
Yeah.
And then I decided I remember I was watching American Idol season 9. I was season 10.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, and I'd make my roommates and my dorm mates watch the show with me. And I would make music videos with them. And then then I dropped out halfway through. I did one semester there, moved back in with my parents up in Idlewild, and jammed some more on the bass and was singing at the local restaurants and just kind of gearing up for the Idol audition that was like, a couple months away. So it didn't happen during college, but it was after I dropped out.
So it was so you had a short time in college. That wasn't the location you felt like for what you wanted to do.
Right. Absolutely.
What else, when your time in college, what was you spending your free time doing that wasn't, directly music related, or was that all you were doing the whole time?
That was pretty much all I was doing. That's all I was doing. I was doing things that weren't related to school. I was making songs. I was supposed to be, working on my plagal cadence. Is that a thing?
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
remember the teacher used to say flagle. Like he used to make a joke about
flagle. Or is it Plagal?
No. It's Plagal, but he would make a joke about.
I think I know who you're talking
flat.
about.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Like
still.
flaccid? Okay.
No, not flaccid.
Oh.
Flat, like a flagel.
I mean,
flat.
it
Sure,
could be.
I guess.
Flat bagel.
Yeah, flat bagel, flagel.
Dude, I think we're gonna be rich, dude. Let's come up with the flagel.
They,
You know?
it already exists, doesn't
It's like
it?
that. Well, it's like that Seinfeld episode. What is it? Just top of the muffin to you, or just the
Yeah,
muffin
top of the
top?
muffin to you.
Top of the muffin to you.
So stupid.
That's
Oh
what
my
would make
Wow.
the views. Like I said, I
But
predict
yeah,
if things do
Flagel
well.
Kid, I was practicing.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be practicing that, but I was on GarageBand, making pop songs and
Sick.
even jazz songs too, and making music videos. Which I'll send you one too. There's this one that I made. It's called "I Don't Care,"
Yeah.
the lazy song, and I took it off the internet when I went on American Idol, but I just recently, over COVID quarantine, I decided to, it's like just release music. So
Yeah.
but yeah. So in my spare time, I was literally, I guess I would ride my bike around, but yeah, it was just everything's music related.
So, you dropped out of school. You spent the next. How long was that period of time of you living home before that audition? And then, I guess, what was the process of? I'm sure that there's a lot of people wondering. That's my first time ever seeing you and rooting for you. I remember sitting with my mom, my dad, and my sister, just being like the first. I remember seeing the first audition. Also, my one of my closest friends, Leanne. She's like. I just remember us talking and just like being like, oh, Casey, like his voice is
That's
crazy.
dope.
And like there's a lot of, vocalists who are incredible singers, but maybe on an instrument or something, they don't fully know, what to do in that space. I almost died. What to do in that space. But it was so incredible to see, someone who was this incredible musician, incredible vocalist. And, I'm just wondering, I guess, what that process looked like, auditioning and the relationship with the judges. I guess whatever you would have to say about how it started and how it ended.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. And I decided to give myself like a bumper. No, what's the word? I wanted to give myself a couple chances to do the audition so I flew into Austin, Texas to do the audition. And if I failed there, I would fly back home to California and try out in San Francisco.
Oh, wow. So
I gave myself 2 chances, but I made it in Texas. And so then I had to keep flying back. Mm-hmm. And the judges weren't there the first time. It's like months and months of waiting around, Mm-hmm. So the first month I went in, I did my initial audition, and then that was in front of 10,000 people in a stadium. And,
wow.
It's like these 10 booths, like separated by a little curtain with 4 people at each booth singing, and they're like, sing. Okay, stop, sing,
Wow,
4,
that's intimidating.
4 people in a row, and you're singing next to people. And so as soon as I made it through that, I was like, I think I got a chance, because it like went from 10,000 to, I think, like 500 people there. So then we had to wait a week, and then we did 2 more auditions, the producer round and the executive producer round. Then we had to wait a month. So I flew back to California, flew back to Austin for the judges round.
Wow.
And that's what you see on TV. And man, there was probably about 100 people there, and probably 7 people from the Texas auditions actually made it to TV.
Wow.
And I was so lucky because they saved me for the very last.
Yeah.
So I was watching that episode with my Idlewild school family. So we watched it in the auditorium. It was amazing. But yeah, I know that process was great. The judges were good. Randy Jackson, Steven Tyler, he was handing me fake joints every once in a while. And J-Lo was, she was pleasant. And man, there's some crazy celebrities that I met. Just, Gordon Ramsay showed up. Hulk Hogan was there. Brad Garrett from
cool.
Everybody Loves Raymond.
From yeah. So yeah, you just have these random people in the audience that are fans of the show, and you're singing for them and for your life in front of millions of people. And I'd get scared. There was a lot of adrenaline that would kick in. Like I would forget lyrics, and for some reason there was something, the universe was nice to me and just gave me the lyrics at the last second and the notes too. Sometimes I would not hit, I was afraid I wasn't going to hit the notes. And then I remember it was adrenaline, just because as soon as the song was over, like Ryan Seacrest would come walking up and be like, if you want to vote for Casey, and dude, like there was this pain that shot down my spine, because I was like, oh my gosh, that must have been the adrenaline just keeping me upright. And like, it was scary. It was really a scary process.
Wow.
But after a while, no, it became great. And, you're competing for first prize. And ever since I was on the show, I knew that I didn't have to compete for first prize. It was just a good platform, good opportunity. So Scotty McCreery won. He's a really awesome dude. It's just country dude. Yeah, he's great. And then as soon as he won, like we became a family and went on tour for 3 months in these stadiums, arenas, or big, really big places.
And who else was on that with you? Was Haley on that with you, or?
Absolutely. She was. So I made it to 6th place, and she made it to 3rd place.
Awesome.
And yeah, we've been doing things ever since.
That's so awesome.
Would you say there anything?
Yeah,
like,
man.
There's always like that. Obviously, there's all this promotion and then experience you're gonna get from being on American Idol and something like that. But would you say that there's anything, like any negative side effects that come from being on a show like that?
Yeah, because you get used to a camera being in your face 24/7, and so as soon as you're voted off, who do you talk to? It's almost like you get cut from. It's like because it felt like therapy, because you have cameras asking you, how did you feel? And so you're constantly saying, how are you feeling? And people are interested. So I remember just being voted off, and getting off the stage and going to my friend's parents' house, and just laying there, and just like I was like, what do I do next? Like, who do I talk? I can't talk to anyone. I can't talk to anyone. Like, I need to talk to cameras. So I think that's kind of an unhealthy thing. So, and I was 21 at the time. I had just turned 20.
Yeah.
And then I was turning 21 the next year. So yeah, I was really young, and I felt like I was on top of the world, and I could do no wrong as well. So because, people knew who I was, and maybe people were afraid to say no to me. So they would always say, yes, hey, oh yeah, you can do that. And so, yeah. And then, yeah, so you have a false sense of pride and financial stuff too. I got a really, really big house that I rented. I should have bought it. And I don't regret it though, because I had some really great parties, and like good hot tub sessions, and great. I made some great music videos at my house too.
Yeah. But
yeah, I was wasting a lot of money, because I was like, oh well, I got a lot of money for this gig, so I'll just wait around to the next one, and then you wait for then you're just waiting forever. So those are the downfalls. So now that I know that, I do the show again. I do a show again, if anyone asks me. And now that I have this knowledge, like some of the older contestants on my season, they already knew that. And I was 20. There was this dude Paul McDonald, he was like 29. Yeah. And he had his shit together. He was like doing his taxes on the road. And yeah, he's set. So like, yeah, now I'm 30. So I'm going to figure, I for the first time, I feel like I got things figured out. So it's good. It's a good feeling.
Awesome. What was your plan in that period where you're like, oh crap, like I have to kind of adjust everything that's just changed all of a sudden. How long was that down period before you started planning out like what your next move is going to be?
Man, I kind of ignored it for like 4 or 5 years, because I was just kind of just doing whatever came to me. Yeah. But I was also lucky because Postmodern Jukebox hit me up, the band, and I was able to do videos and go on tour with them, and release my record. So that was helping me. But yeah, I was kind of just floating around, staying at Airbnb, staying with friends, and not really having like a home base. So yeah, this is the first time I feel settled down. Yeah. So it was a while. It was a while, man.
So I guess going into what you had just said, you said that Postmodern Jukebox had reached out to you. and that's probably another place where a lot of people know you from. How did they reach out? Was it that they had seen you on Idol, and because you guys obviously are a perfect match together.
Thanks, man.
The video of you guys doing Africa, and there's a whole catalog more. But I guess what was that process like, and how was working with Scott Bradley and you know, that whole group of people?
Scott Bradley hit me up and through Jacob Sesney. I was with Jacob on tour with my own music, doing my record.
Yeah.
And he said, dude, you gotta check out Scott Bradley. I'll get you in touch with him. And so he was doing a residency in LA with Postmodern Jukebox. So I went over, and I remember I called him as I was going over to just play a song, and I hit him up. He was like, "Hey, what song do you want to do? Let's do a song right now and see what happens, and you know, tonight." And so I was like, "Well, I've been listening to this song. It just came out. Sam Smith's I'm Not the Only One."
Yep.
And I was like, "Let's just do a jazz version of that. I know the lyrics." And so we did that, and then we decided to do a video to that. And then the next week, he was like, "Well, what else do you know?" I was like, "Stacy's Mom." He's like, "Well, let's do that." And then we did that too. So yeah. And then that turned into a tour, you know,
That's
so
awesome.
we did the videos, released them, and then they offered me a European tour, and that was awesome.
That's awesome.
So was playing with Postmodern, was that touring with them? Was that like the first audience of that size since being on American Idol?
Yep, absolutely. It was like the second coming of American Idol.
Did you feel like the fact that you were forced to perform not just in front of an audience for Idol, but you know, for the millions of people at home, do you think that really enhanced the entertainment value that you had when you were just on tour regularly?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it really helped me out. Like, you know, because I don't feel nervous performing in front of anyone these days, and I think that Idol really helped me out because that was the biggest of the big.
Yeah.
So anything comparatively is you know, small apples, man. And it's So yeah, it's easy. It's easy. It's fun, and it's what I love to do. So
Are you
great.
conscious about the things that you're doing outside of just, you know, just like, oh, I'm, you know, playing the instrument? When you're on stage, are you conscious like, oh, if I do this right now, it's really going to woo the audience over. If I do this, it's going to like really kill. Or is it all just kind of subconscious?
It's like spinning plates. No, it's conscious. It's conscious for sure. Like if I notice that the audience is not paying attention, you got to do something.
Yeah.
And it you really have to think on the spot, you know, you just scream, or you have to do the opposite. You don't say anything, just stop playing.
Silence.
And just like, right. Yeah. So there's a number of things, or you do a little kick, you know, it's like, there's so many things you can do.
Yeah.
And it address even, I remember actually I went back on American Idol and I performed for the new judges. So Steven Tyler and J-Lo left. Randy Jackson stayed. Mariah Carey came on, Nicki Minaj came on, and Keith Urban came on.
Yep.
So I was performing to them. And dude, I think Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey were in some kind of quarrel or something. Did I tell you this?
No, I just had watched that season. I just remember them constantly just like
They were bickering. Yeah.
a lot of bickering.
So I went back on, they hit me up last minute. They're like, "Hey, can you do a Beatles song?" It's Beatles. I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
So I played and I had to perform to them, and Randy Jackson and Keith Urban were really into it, but Mariah and Nicki were just livid. They were looking at me, but I think I couldn't feel a presence there,
Wow.
you know? And I was trying if you look back at the video, there's a time where I'm like, "Hey," you know,
Yeah.
you know, and Nicki was just like, and I was like, "Oh, dude, okay, well, you know what?" And so in that case, just ignore her, you know, like,
Yeah.
especially if she's front row and center, you know.
Yeah. If 90% is enjoying it, you got to enjoy that. Ignore that 10%.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I heard Norm Macdonald once said, because on the topic of like people not reacting to your performance, Norm Macdonald once said that the concept of a comedian getting on stage and nobody laughing in and of itself is comedy, because the idea that there's a group of people there who are there to laugh and there is a person there whose goal is to make them laugh and none of those are working in and of itself is funny. And
That's
that
hilarious.
is something that is like kind of, ever since I heard him say that, kind of helps me, because I think it's like, if you can like look at that situation,
Yeah.
it kind of like calms you down. You go like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't
And he
really
said,
matter.
yeah, I think he said like that helped him always kind of get through times like that. Cause he's like, this in and of itself is funny.
Yeah.
It kind of like takes the stress away from it,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it takes the importance out of
Absolutely.
it, the situation.
Yeah, you're right, and that's to piggyback on that. Yeah, every performance is also a rehearsal, so it's like there's only winning,
Yeah.
and I've done private gigs where no one's paying your background music, and it doesn't matter, man. It's I've had where maybe one person came up and like nodded from like 10 feet away, like, oh, that's nice,
Yeah.
and even if that person didn't do it, it's like, no, I'm jamming with my friends, I'm playing music. So yeah, it's exactly that. But I'm gonna think about that Norm quote. I love
Yeah,
Norm.
like
I've been on a rabbit hole with him.
I know.
Norm is one of
He's
the absolute greatest.
The greatest.
See, he could have said that joke I said earlier, and it would have been fine.
Or he would have.
Which
He
one?
would have said that joke.
He would have.
You spin,
We're gonna.
you spin.
Yeah, you're right.
I can reference it. I'm just gonna
He
every-
could have pulled that
No,
off.
don't
But he's
even
friends,
I can reference it. I just will blur out.
You
Because if it's a joke about it,
you
Yeah, but they
we
don't know.
Get rid of all this.
Yeah, but here every time I say,
you
I just am gonna blur it. Like I'm
Oh,
censoring
you're
it.
okay.
So
blur
no one
his
has
name.
any idea what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
that's fine with me. As
And
long
I'll
as they
get rid of
don't
the part where you
Alright,
said,
you spin.
Just remember to do the bleeps. Yeah.
So, speaking of like health issues, right?
speaking of health.
Well,
You spin.
anyway, I remember going back to American Idol. I know I probably should have brought this up earlier, but I remember there was one episode in which I think on one of the live shows that you couldn't perform because you were having a health issue.
Yeah. So I have ulcerative colitis,
Mhm.
and that's where your gut bleeds. It's your intestines are very unhappy,
Yeah.
So I had to watch what I was eating, and your gut starts to bleed, if you eat like shit and you are stressed out. And that's exactly what I was doing during the show. And now I've been symptom free for like 3 years, and
Wow.
it's like, it's great. It's
That's
great.
incredible.
But thanks. Yeah, man. But yeah, during the show, it's funny because, they'll just in life, what they say is healthy food is not, so I learned that the hard way. And maybe there's a bit of ignorance on my part, obviously, but yeah, you eat like an Egg McMuffin sandwich for breakfast because it says breakfast, right?
Yeah.
And it says vitamin water, but I don't know. There's nothing vitamin-y about it. And I was stressed out, and I would focus more on the negative side of life, and you have to focus on the positive. And so that's what really helped me. But yeah, so there was a couple times where my stomach wasn't feeling good and I had to miss a show. And thankfully it wasn't the time where I had to perform. It was where they were like, hey, these are the people that are going to be staying on.
Yeah.
So I remember being in the hospital bed at Cedars-Sinai in LA, just watching the TV with all these nurses around, like kind of cheering me on. And so Ryan Seacrest, like, it was a trippy moment. Ryan Seacrest said, Casey, you're safe. Hope you'll get well. And then everyone just started applauding at the hospital. It was great.
That's awesome.
So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I overcame it, and learned how to I was there were some good substances that I would take on the tour, and I learned how to handle it.
Was that ever something that? So for me, I have acid reflux. Obviously, nowhere in the same. Well, in a similar category, but not the same severity.
Yeah, see, I occasionally have a runny nose. And
No. I'm saying this because for some shows I sing, and with the acid reflux, I'm just wondering, did that ever affect you vocally, or
no? Actually, no. It didn't affect me vocally. No. It didn't. Yeah, maybe made it better.
Awesome.
It put more blues into my throat. I don't know.
rasp.
Yeah, more rasp. Yeah.
Awesome.
Casey, what's coming up in the future that you're really excited about? I know we talked about the new song that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
But what's the the game plan that's coming up? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to releasing a whole batch of new original music.
Awesome.
There's this new album I'm working on with my buddy. We're still thinking about the title. It's either going to be Casey with me holding a suitcase, and it says E on it,
Ah.
or it's just Casey and DeHouse. Casey and DeHouse. And the guy I'm working with, his last name's Hauser, so I don't know.
Oh,
I like that.
So, but yeah, I have that. I have a jazz record that's actually going to come out. Me and my buddies just got together and just jammed on some stuff, and then I also have another project. This band that I have, Conscious Stars. It's very like Pink Floydy, and that's going to be coming out. I'm going to try and do like a record every month. So
wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. Oh, and then me singing with my buddy Todd Schroeder, who's a piano player. So we're going to do the songs of the 70s. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
a lot of originals, a lot of covers, and there's some fun projects. There's this thing called Orchestra People where we all sit around and sing around a fire and sing one of my songs. We're going to do that at the end of this month. And what was I just going to say? There's something really exciting. Dang it. Oh man. Something. Dude, there's so many good things that are happening.
That's so awesome to hear that.
Well, what I want to do, which maybe you could be a part of, Augie, is songs of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time.
Oh,
Please.
I can attest for the fact that he is like
you saw my
Zelda.
Yes. Yeah, please. Even if it's like I could just like be like this in the video. Maybe I don't even have to play. Just let me be.
Just do a squeaky solo, bro.
You'll
Yeah,
be Tingle.
I'll hit
or
you
Tingle?
with,
Tingle?
Yeah,
yeah, you'll Tingle.
Tingle.
Is it Tingle?
Oh,
Yeah, you'll be
yeah.
Tingle.
I could play that guy.
Yeah, do you have I know you have a green banana hammock. Do you have a green like unitard?
No. You ever see Borat? You know that? Yeah, well.
He owns that. He
I do.
owns it.
I
Do
own
you
it.
have that?
I own the blue, the green. Well, yeah, sure, banana hammock. We can call it.
Did you wash it the last
Have
time?
you posted about that?
Yes.
Once so I posted once.
It's
wearing,
incredibly archived.
No. Well, there's two, I guess. Well, there's one that's still on my page where I posted, and I'm like, "Hello, this is play saxophone," and unfortunately, like every single person from Kazakhstan, like was
I remember that.
very insulted. Like I thought I don't know why, but I thought in my head when I had posted this video, like, you know, I think it's funny, it's just a joke, like obviously.
Well, they hate.
But people in Kazakhstan absolutely despise, because it's like the first time I think a lot of people heard of Kazakhstan was from Borat. So everyone's like, oh yeah, sure, I guess that's what they're like.
Also, apparently that they think, I read this.
Yeah.
They think that Americans think that he's real. So what this is what I actually heard. So they think that we believe that he is a real person, and since he's terrible, they think that we think that Kazakhstan's terrible.
Well,
because
dude,
we think he's an actual guy from Kazakhstan.
yeah, all I got was just comments about like, I used to like you, but now you've insulted my whole country. So I felt bad. I tried to I responded. I tried to clarify. Like, you know, like the way I put it is like this. I said, hey, listen, like I love Mario and Luigi. Like I love Mario Kart, but like Mario and Luigi technically are two plumbers because they're Italian.
Yeah.
They don't speak the language English.
Yeah.
It's me, Mario, right?
Yes.
They're messing up the English, and they're made by Japanese people.
And you have acid reflux.
And I have acid reflux. But I still love them. I still love them is what I'm saying. No. I'm saying the point is I could separate a joke from like a true.
Yeah, also you're not Borat. That's the big thing that I think. You're not
true.
him. So
I'm
like
not
you're not Sacha Baron Cohen. So I don't know why they're mad at you.
It is hard, yeah, because I did watch the first movie again. There's some subtle things there, but man, it's just so hard to not say very nice all the time.
I always very nice. It's so tough.
Yeah, it's so easy. But yeah, I would recommend just wear it. You don't have to be Borat, and just wear it to let's close the belly. You know,
That's
it doesn't
right.
even have to be Borat. They'll know it's Borat. You just play the saxophone. You know, you can be Bo Sax, dude.
Bo Sax.
And go with the Sax Squatch. Borat and then Sax Squatch.
You know what? That would be a great collab. Actually, speaking of Sax Squatch, I would love to see you with Sax Squatch. You know Sax Squatch?
He hit me up actually.
Yo!
I'll have to hit him back.
Yeah,
You got
I
it.
love-
No, you have to hit him back. Sasquatch is like, he's the man.
He's a really cool. What species is that?
Sasquatch.
I guess I don't know.
Sasquatch. Bigfoot. Yeah, Yeti.
But wow, I mean, this has been a lot of fun, right? Are there
Yeah.
any more questions, or how about this?
How
like-
bad is acid reflux? Is my question.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You could hear, actually, you know what? For anyone who's hearing Scotty bully me, listen to the beginning of this podcast and the end of this podcast. I
Is your voice worse?
I sound more like Batman towards the end of it. But anyway, I would love to end this podcast with possibly. How about if you had to send one positive message, I guess, to anyone listening who's a big fan of yours, and something encouraging for someone who's trying to start up and, you know, do what you've accomplished and what you've created with your career.
I think actually a big thing is happiness is a light switch that's in your brain.
Mhm.
And you can choose to be happy. And if you choose to be happy and you don't choose to be angry, you'll always win. You'll always win.
Well, there you have it. Wise words from Mr. Casey Basie.
Yeah, I really like that.
I like
That's
that.
true.
We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
man.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you so much, Casey.
Thanks for talking with me, guys. Really
Of course.
appreciate it. The
Yeah.
ease unite, man.
The ease unite.
Absolutely. And we'll get You Spin Me Round coming out
Yeah.
February
25th. Spin me round.
Woo! So stoked. man.
Thank you
So
very
stoked.
much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, bye, Casey.
Later. Bye.
Yeah.